Hey y'all, it is your girl Chastity. Yes, Chastity, y'all. God was like, just go by Chastity instead of Chastity. J, and the J stands for my middle name, Janae. But anywho, it is your girl Chastity, and I'm back with a quick message from God. Y'all, God kind of put this on my heart, I think yesterday. I was scrolling on social media, and one of my followers, recently got a new friend group that you could clearly tell by their stories and stuff. And you can tell that the friend group that they have befriended has possibly, I'm gonna say possibly because I don't know, I just know what the Lord put on my heart, may have influenced them in a different way from where they were headed. And by that I mean they were super involved in church. Like, they used to post about church and God all the time and stuff. And then once they befriended this new group, it looks like they barely go to church. And again, we are the church, but you have to be mindful of the company you keep, because you are the company that you keep. And if you are engaging or interacting with anybody that's going to pull you away from God and pull you away from serving, because as a believer, like, our part in our role in the physical church is to serve, is to create other disciples, is to contribute, versus just being a member forever and that's it. Like, you gotta do your part. Everybody got a role to play. And as a member of a congregation, you should want to serve. You should want to serve God's people in whatever capacity that is. Go and figure out your spiritual gift. And but you could tell that this person started straying away from the church and from serving once they befriended this new group of people. And I'm not saying that solely that group is who has kind of changed that person's path. I don't know, yet again. But I'm saying, you can clearly see that this person started dressing a little more provocative, started posting more stuff them drinking, them twerking on their stories, all that kind of stuff. And I'm only saying this because I know I've been there before, okay? And I have experienced it, personally. So you have to be mindful of the company that you keep. I saw somebody else that I know from my own church that started recently dating, and they no longer serve nowhere in the church. I'm like, do you even still go to the church, child? Because everything you're posting on your story is just you and this man. And, it's very evident that you have strayed away from God, and God is a relationship. And when you start putting things above God or anything, relationships, jobs, anything, that is idolizing. So when you start idolizing other things besides God, don't be surprised when stuff goes south, okay? So I just wanted to share this word of encouragement. As you are making new connections, whether that is platonic friendships or romantic relationships, you have to be mindful that their fruits are not rotten, okay? And that they are not pulling you away from God. Instead, they're actually helping bring you closer to God. Y'all are both getting closer to God. If they are separating you from God and from the church, child, then you may need to run, because that may be a tactic of the enemy that is pulling you away from God and your relationship. You are more into that relationship with that friend, work, or with that man or that woman than your relationship with God. So you have to be mindful of that, because God is a jealous God. And I can definitely tell you that all hell will break loose eventually. Things may be sweet right now, but do understand, when it comes to God, God don't play. And if you're going to put something else or someone above him, just understand you may experience some triumph, okay? But I want you to just take a little advice, use your discernment, go and take that person or those people to God and see if that is sent from God, because it may just be sent as a distraction from the enemy to push you away from God and separate you from God. And then you wondering why you back to sinning, back to having premarital sex, back to turning up, living up this world, back to doing things that you no longer do and that God already had pulled you out of, but you done slip. And it's okay, because sometimes we all slip and fall, but you have slipped because of the people that you are now engaging with. So you have to be mindful of that. Take them to God, y'all. So I just want to provide some encouragement. If there is somebody in your life right now that you can honestly say and be real with yourself, because God sees the heart and he knows that this person is separating you from God and your relationship with God, they are intervening and pulling you away and kind of corrupting your habits, your lifestyle, influencing you to do things that you know that God would not be approved of. Then you may need to separate from them. But, just check with God, use your discernment, and trust God, because God sees the heart. And if you try to lie and be like, oh, they don't really be doing it, be me. Okay, well, child, maybe something wrong with you then. But, it's neither here nor there. All right, y'all.